शुक्लां भरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। अगजानन पद्मार्कं गजाननमहर्निशम् अनेकदन्तं भक्तानाम् एकदन्तमुपास्महे। श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। अस्मद्गुरुचरणारविन्दाभ्यां नमः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां श्रीहयग्रीवमुपास्महे। श्रीहयग्रीवमूर्तये नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। श्रीमहासरस्वत्यै नमः। उमाकोमलहस्ताब्जसम्भावितललाटकं हिरण्यकुण्डलं वन्दे कुमारं पुष्करस्रजं। வெற்றிவேல் முருகனுக்கு ஹரஹரோஹரா. லோகவீரியம் மகாபூஜ்யம் சர்வரக்ஷாகரம் விபும் பார்வதி ஹிருதயானந்தம் சாஸ்தாரம் பிரணமாம்யகம். சுவாமியே சரணமையப்பா. வாகர்த்தாவிவ சம்பிரக்தௌ வாகர்த்த பிரதிபத்தஹே जगतः पितरौ वन्दे पार्वती परमेश्वरौ। श्री पार्वती परमेश्वराभ्यां नमः। कोमलं पूजयन् वेणुं श्यामलोऽयं कुमारकः वेदवेद्यं परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अस्मद्गुरुचरणारविन्दाभ्यां नमः। श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे श्रीनाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे श्रीनाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे श्रीनाथ नारायण वासुदेव। पीताम्बरं करविराजितचक्रशङ्खकौमोदकी सरसिजं करुणासमुद्रं राधासहायम् अतिसुन्दरमन्दहासं वातालयेशम् अनिशं हृदि भावयामि। कृष्णो रक्षतु मां चराचरगुरुः कृष्णं नमस्ये सदा। कृष्णेनैव सुरक्षितोऽहमसकृते कृष्णाय दत्तं मनः। कृष्णादेव समुद्भवो मम विभो कृष्णस्य दासोऽस्म्यहम्। कृष्णे भक्तिरचञ्चलास्तु भगवन् हे कृष्ण तुभ्यं नमः। श्रीगुरुवायूरप्पा शरणम्। नम्राणां सन्निधत्ते सततमपि पुरस्तैरनभ्यर्थितानपि आर्तान् कामानजस्रं वितरति परमानन्दसान्द्रां गतिं च। इत्थं निःशेषलभ्यो निरवधिकफलः पारिजातो हरे त्वं क्षुद्रं तं शक्रवाटी ध्रुवमभिलषति व्यर्थमर्त्यव्रजोऽयम्। श्रीगुरुवायूरप्पा शरणम्। श्रीभट्टपादम् अनिशं हृदि भावयामि। वंशी विभूषितकरात् नवनीरदाभात् पीताम्बरात् अरुणबिम्बफलादरोष्टात् पूर्णेन्दुसुन्दरमुखात् अरविन्दनेत्रात् कृष्णात् परं किमपि तत्त्वमहं न जाने। കൈരണ്ടും കൂപ്പി ഞാൻ വീണ്ടുമീറക്കുന്നു നിറജലോചനാനിന്നോടായി ഏതീനു മഞ്ഞനെ കുമ്പിടേണ്ടാത്തോറും രീതിയിൽ നീ എന്നെ പാലിക്കെന്നായി. കൃഷ്ണ ഹരേ ജയ കൃഷ്ണ ഹരേ ജയ കൃഷ്ണ ഹരേ ജയ കൃഷ്ണ ഹരേ. Good morning, everyone. Okay. All right, so we'll do a review of 73 and I think a few stanzas of 74. Viji, can you do 73 and Harini, you can do 74?
Sure, Rajesh. Dasakam 73 Bhagavato Mathura Prasthana Varnanam Nishamayatavata Vartam Brishamarta Pashupala Balikastaha किमिदं कथं वितीमाः समवेता परिदेवितान्यकुर्वन् करुणानिधिरेश नन्दसूनुः कथमस्मान् विसृजेदनन्यनाथाः बत न किमु दैवमेवमासीत् इति तास्त्वद्गतमानसा विलेपुः चरमप्रहरे प्रतिष्ठमानः सह पित्रा निजमित्रमण्डलैश्च परितापवरं नितम्बिनीनां शमयिष्यन् व्यमुच्य सखायमेकम् अचरादुपयामि sorry अचिरादुपयामि सन्निधिं वो भविता साधुमयैव सङ्गमश्रीः अमृताम्बुनिधौ निमज्जयिष्ये द्रुतमित्याश्वसिता वधूरकार्षीः सविषादभरं सयाञ्च्यमुच्चैः अतिदूरं वनिताभिरीक्ष्यमानः मृदु तद्दिशि पाङ्गान् सबलो क्रूररतेन निर्गतो भूः.
And the second line, just before that comma, Pathayenna, double na sound there. Pathayenna Pangan.
Oh, Pathayenna. Sorry, I have it wrong. Sorry. अनसा बहुलेन वल्लभानां मनसा चानुगतोत वल्लभानां मनमार्तमृगं विषण्णवृक्षं समतीतो यमुना ततिमयासीः नियमाय निमज्जवारिणि त्वाम् अभिवीक्ष्यातरतेऽपि गान्धिनेयः विवशो जनिकिन्विदं विभोस्ते ननु चित्रं त्ववलोकनं समन्तात् पुनरेष निमज्य पुण्यशाली पुरुषं त्वां परमं भुजङ्गभोगे अरिकम्बुगदाम्बुजै स्फुरन्तं सुरसिद्धौगपरीतमालुलोके सतदा परमात्मसौख्यसिन्धौ विनिमग्न प्रणुवन् प्रकारभेदैः अविलोक्य पुनश्च हर्षसिन्धोः अनुविर्त्या पुलकावृतो ययौ त्वाम् किमु शीतलिमा महाञ्जले यत् पुलकोऽसाविति कोडितेन तेन अतिहर्षनिरुत्तरेण सार्धं रतवासी पवनेश पाहि मां त्वां. श्रीकृष्णाय परब्रह्मणे नमः.
And the first line la Pulako Saviti Choditena. That word. Cha sound.
Ocho, sorry. Yep.
And then literally the last word is Twam. I think you said Twam by mistake. It's Twam. Okay. Very
Twam.
last.
I have it as Twam. I read it wrongly. Pulako saviti choditena tena atiharshaniruttareena sardam ratavasi pavanesha pahi mam tvam.
Yep.
Thank you.
Shri Krishnaya Parabrahmane Namaha. Dasakam 74. Bhagavato Mathurapuri Pravesha Varna. Samprapto Madhuram Dhinarda Vigame Tatrantarasmin Vasanna Arame Vihita Shanaha Saki Janairiatah Puri Mikshitum Prapo Rajapatam चिरश्रुति धृत व्यालोक कौतूहल स्त्री पुंसोद्यदगण्य पुण्य निगलैः आकृष्यमानो नुकिं त्वत्पादद्युतिवत्सराग सुभगाः त्वन्मूर्तिवद्योषितः सम्प्राप्ता विलसत्पयोधर रुचो लोलाभवद्दृष्टिवत् हारिण्यस्त्वदुर हारिण्यस्त्वदुरस्थलीवदयिते मन्दस्मितप्रौढिवत् नैर्मल्योल्लसिताः कचौगरुचिवद् राजत्कलापाश्रिताः तासाम् आकलयन्नपाङ्गवलनैः मोदं प्रहर्षाद्भुतव्यालोलेषु जनेषु तत्र रजकं कञ्चित् पटीं प्रार्थयन् कस्ते दास्यति राजकीयवसनं याहीति तेनोदितः सद्यस्तस्य करेण शीर्षमहृताः सोऽप्यापपुण्यां गतिम् भूयो वायकमेकमायतमतिं तोषेण वेषोचितं दाश्वांसं स्वपदं निनेथ सुकृतं को वेद जीवात्मनाम् मालाभिस्तबकैस्तवैरपि पुनर्मालाकृता मानितो भक्तिं तेन वृतां दिदेशितपरां लक्ष्मीं च लक्ष्मीपते कुब्जामब्जविलोचनां पतिपुनर्दृष्ट्वाङ्गरागेतया दत्ते साधु किलाङ्गरागमददाः तस्या महान्तं हृदि चित्तस्तामृजुतामत प्रथयितुं गात्रेऽपि तस्या स्फुटं गृह्णन् मञ्जुकरेण तामुदनयः तावज्जगत्सुन्दरीम् तावन्निश्चितवैभवास्तव विभो नात्यान्तपापा जनाः यत्किञ्चिद्ददते स्म शक्त्यनुगुणं ताम्बूलमाल्यादिकं गृह्णानः कुसुमादिकिञ्चन तदा मार्गे निबद्धाञ्जलिः नातिष्ठं बतः यतोऽद्य विपुलामार्तिं व्रजामि प्रभो श्रीकृष्णाय परब्रह्मणे नमः.
Nice. So we'll continue from 7 right now. See who I had. Jyoti Chandan, you can be student, and Amutaji, you can be student. So start from stanza 7. Eshyamiti vimuktayapi bhagavan आलेपदात्र्यातया दूरात् कातरया निरीक्षितगतिः त्वं प्राविशो गोपुरम् आघोषानुमितत्वदागममहाहर्षोल्ललद्देवकी वक्षोजप्रगलत्पयोरसमिषात् त्वत्कीर्तिरन्तर्गता. So we saw in the last Dasakam, right, how Krishna ends up coming to Mathura, to Mathura to meet with Kamsa and everybody, and then all the other characters who he encounters, from the washerman to the person who's a garland maker to the Trivakra who he saw, and all of them, all the people he interacted with. In the last stanza, Bhattadipat said that, like, I am here because I'm struggling, because I didn't come and meet you, Krishna, when you came to Mathura, right? So that's how we ended that. So now, all this way, people who had, all of them had a chance to encounter with Krishna. Now, in this case, Krishna, now they are all beginning to enter into the main part of the city, right? So, so actually, this was stanza 7, right? Yeah. Yeah. So the three Bakra who we saw in the previous class, who was bent, and then Krishna then got her, propped her properly, and then she became Tavat Jagat Sundarim. She became the most beautiful person. Now she begins to want to spend time. She doesn't want to let Krishna go because he's completely changed her life, right? She was always a hunchback. She could not even walk, and Krishna completely changed. So she doesn't want to let Krishna go. So Krishna says, I'm going to come back to you, which he will do later in Dashakam 76. He will come back. So he says, I will come back to you. With that, Krishna leaves. And then it talks about how she's seeing Krishna leaving, and she also wants to accompany him. But Krishna says, no, I have some work to be taken care of. And with that, Krishna starts walking towards the main area where the bow festival is happening. And in the last two stanzas, Bhattacharya is beautifully talking about how Devaki, as a mother, has not seen Krishna since the first day of birth, right? So literally, she's a mother. She knows that Krishna is there, and from the first day, Devaki has not seen Krishna at all. So now Krishna has entered into Mathura. So it says the Devaki is able to feel it. The motherly instincts are kicking in. So it says the way she's able to feel it, she's beginning to lactate because she never had a chance to breastfeed Krishna, right? Yashoda had a chance. Devaki never had a chance. So it says, no, beautifully, the poetic version says she's beginning to lactate because she's getting an indication that my son is nearby and Krishna is somewhere approaching this area. She doesn't know he's coming, but she's now getting a feeling that he's here. Eshyamiti Bimuktayapi Bhagavan. There's a double na there. So put a in Bhagavan, comma. Next word starts with the a. Ale padatriya taya, comma. Durat kataraya nirikshita gatihi. That is goes away. Visarga, comma. Gatihi. Tvam pravisho gopuram. Gopuram is like the entrance. So Krishna is entering into the main part. Eshyamiti vimuktayapi bhagavan आलेपदात्र्यातया दूरात् कातरया निरीक्षितगतिः त्वं प्राविशो गोपुरम्.
एष्यामीति विमुक्तयापि भगवन् आलेपदात्र्यातया दूरात् कातरया निरीक्षितगतिः त्वं प्राविशो गोपुरम्. एष्यामीति विमुक्तयापि भगवन् आलेपदात्र्यातया दूरात् कातरया निरीक्षितगतिः त्वं प्राविशो गोपुरम्.
एष्यामीति विमुक्तयापि भगवन् आलेपदार्त्र्यादया दूरत्कादरया निरीक्षितगतिः त्वं प्राविशो गोपुरम्. एष्यामीति विमुक्तयापि भगवन् आलेपदार्त्र्यादया दूरत्कादरया निरीक्षितगतिः त्वं प्राविशो गोपुरम्.
आघोषानुमित त्वदागम.
Rajesh ji, sorry to bother you. The second and the Nirikshita, sorry, Alepata, என்ன சொல்லணும் எப்படி சொல்லணும் அது
It's
ஆலேபதா
like, and the word you cannot break it, but the word is alepadatria. Trya. Trya.
த்ரியா ஓகே த்ரியா ஓகே
Alepadatria.
ஓகே thank you.
So the next two lines is a pretty long line, very hard to break in some places. So Aghoshanumita Twadagama Maha Harsholalad. So double the coming there. Harsholalad Devaki, and then put a plus. Vakshoja Pragalat Payo Rasa Mishat. So double it you might have. So after one it you put a comma. Mishat, comma. Twat Kirtir Antargata. So because of your fame, Kirti, your praise, your fame spreading, Devaki is now having the feeling. So the third line is continuous. Fourth line, the comma is after Mishat. Aghoshanumitatvadagama harsholalad-devaki vakshoja pragalat payorasamishat tvatkirtirantargata.
Rajesh ji, sorry, one question. Harsho lalasன்னு இருக்கு. Harsho lala lalas.
If we have a is, then put a it there. It becomes harsholalat.
Lalat.
It.
Okay. Thank you.
Mamaharsho.
Go ahead.
Okay. आघोषानुमितत्वदागममः हर्षोल्ललद्देवकी वक्षोज प्रगलत्पयोरसमिषात् त्वत्कीर्तिरन्तर्गता. आघोषानुमितत्वदागममः हर्षोल्ललदेवकी वक्षोज प्रगलत्पयोरसमिषात् त्वत्कीर्तिरन्तर्गता.
Rajni, I have the same question.
Yeah.
So my book also has Harshol Lasat. Harshol Lasat Devaki.
Okay, it's my Harshol Lalat. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know if this
There
is
should
Harshol Lasat means
so there
anything
should
different.
be half la and then la.
Actually,
Yeah,
Harshol la
correct,
la. Oh,
correct. Because the
ரெண்டுக்கும்
word is
மீனிங்
Ullalat.
ஒண்ணுதான்.
Sorry, go Jyoti.
சில புக்ல ஹர்ஷோல்லசத்துன்னு இருக்கு.
Yeah. I think
மீனிங் ஒன்னே தான், பட்
yeah, I think just stimulating. That's what it is. So it's okay if it is Lasat or Lalat. I don't know what the difference in the meaning is, but probably it means the same thing. But for
மீனிங் சேம்
consistency,
தான்.
yeah, okay.
Rajesh, lasatta, lalata. So lalata, lalasa. Like
So
end
la
with
la.
a th.
So let me just type it in the thing. Okay. So Harshol la lat. I just typed it in English, but it's a Harsha Ullalat is the word. Okay. So Harsha Ullalat is the word and becomes Harshol Lalat.
Ullasam is also
Yeah, excitement. Yeah, exactly. Happiness is the Ullalat. So it's a Harsho. So meaning is probably the same, but for consistency, we'll keep it as Harshol Lalat.
I have another question here. The last line, Vakshoja Prajagalat Payorasa Mishat, கமா அதுக்கப்புறம் எனக்கு ரெண்டு துவான்னு வருது. சாரி எனக்கு
Kīrtir Antargata. But rendu twa varadu, and the it you will have, right? In the Harsho Mishat. There's a it there, right? After Mishat.
Yeah.
And then it should be Twat Kirtir Antargata.
So Mishat Twat Kirtirna Dargata.
Twat Kirtir Antargata. Yeah.
Kirtir Antargata.
Yeah. If it's a double twa, it must just be a typing mistake. Yeah.
Akoshanumida Tvatagama Maha Harshol Lalat Devaki Vakshoja Prakalat Bayora Samishat Tvatkirtirandar Kada Agoshanumida Tvatagama Maha Harshol Lalat Devaki Vakshoja Prakalat Bayora Mishat Tvatkirtirandar Kata.
Yeah, correct. Sounds 8. Avishto Nagarim Mahotsabhavatim Kodandashalam Brajanha Madhuryena Nutejasanu Durena Dattantaraha Sragbhirbhushitam Varadhanur Mameti Vadat Puraha Pragrinna Samaropayah Kila Samakrakshirabhangshirapi. So now they finally enter the main, because remember there's a bow festival which is actually happening there, right? Where the Kachwe Kamsa had called everybody. So, they all enter into that main festive portion of the city where there's a lot of people assemble, a lot of activities happening, because the next day was the main event. But like how, when we saw in Putana, when Putana came, she walked with a gait that people thought she's a legitimate person. Similarly, the moment the way Krishna and Balarama are walking, they're all well dressed, they have all the garland on, they have all the perfumes. So they were just confidently walking that people never bothered to stop them. So they thought somebody very important is coming. So they just gradually, just casually enter into it. They go to the area where the bow has been laid out, all the puja has been performed to the bow. So just like how Rama lifted the bow very easily, similarly here Krishna also, it's a massive bow that is there where the puja is being performed. Krishna very casually lifts it. Then he strings the bow. And then that's when people begin to realize, the guards who are all there begin to realize that, some intruder has kind of come in. So ma iti means ma means no. So they all try to stop them from doing it, but it was too late. Krishna by the time had grabbed the bow, strung it, and then broke it into two. Avishto Nagarim Mahotsava Vatim, Kodanda Shalam Brajanne, Madhuryena nu tejasa nu purushaihi. Put a visarga comma. Purushaihi. Next, on top of the durena, if you have a ir, that goes away. Durena dattantaraha. Avishto nagarim mahotsavavatim kodandashalam brajanhe madhuryena nu tejasa nu purushaihi durena dattantaraha.
आविष्टो नगरीं महोत्सववतीं कोदण्डशालां व्रजन् माधुर्येण नु तेजसानुपुरुषैः दूरेण दत्तान्तरः आविष्टो नगरीं महोत्सववतीं कोदण्डशालां व्रजन् माधुर्येण नु तेजसानुपुरुषैः दूरेण दत्तान्तरः
आविष्टो नगरीं महोत्सववतीं गोदण्डशालां व्रजन् माधुर्येण नु तेजसा नु पुरुषैः दूरेण दत्तान्तरः आविष्टो नगरीं महोत्सववतीं गोदण्डशालां व्रजन् माधुर्येणेनु तेजसानु पुरुषैः दूरेण तत्तान्तरः.
Second line, first word, second time when you were saying it, madhuryena.
Madhuryena, right?
Madhuryena nu.
Oh, okay. Madhuryena nu.
Yeah, correct. And you just say those words separately, then it won't be.
Oh, okay. Separately. The second one also, do we need to say separately or sanu? Say.
Tejasa is one word, nu is another word.
Another word. Okay.
So on the, you can say them separately.
No, okay.
Rajesh, I had a question. What is the significance of breaking the bow here?
Breaking the what?
No, the bow.
Oh, no, essentially the bow that is the main event, right? Is the bow festival that is actually going on. So it's literally kind of going to come in the next one. It is kind of an indicator that how strong Krishna is giving a sign, right? Because you put your best, strongest equipment on display, and then somebody casually comes and just rips apart that the equipment, right? That's just an indication of the strength of the person, of how your opponent is, right? You put the biggest vessel on display and somebody casually comes and discards it, right? That is the thing. But otherwise, unlike the Rama Avataram, the bow, there's nothing to do with marriage or anything. The bow festival is the main festival that Kamsa is organizing. And then just the previous day, this person comes and just discards that entire thing off. Right?
Okay.
So it's like an insult plus showing the power more than anything else, right? Sorry, Jyoti, go ahead.
Filmy entry then.
And the film and Krishna film entry there will be a lot of such things. But it's essentially just showing, just that's the main event that is going on, right? You're just coming and disrupting the event. Sragbhir bhushitam architam. I'm just breaking that. Sragbhir bhushitam architam bara dhanur mameti vadat puraha. So that line is continuous, comma at the very end, puraha. Pragrahnaha, put a is. Pragrahnas samaropayaha, put a ih. Samaropayah kila, comma. Samakrakshir, I'm breaking at the ra. That's the right place to break it. Samakrakshir abhangshirapi. Sragbhir bhushitam varadhanur mamheti vadat puraha pragrahna samaropayah kila samakrakshir abhangshir api.
ராஜேஷ் அந்த மர்ச்சிதம்க்கு அப்புறம் கமா இருக்கு இல்லையா, இங்க பிரேக் இருக்கு, பாஸ் இருக்கு இல்லையா?
Yeah, and the whole line is continuous.
Okay, thank you.
स्रग्भिर्भूषितमर्चितं वरधनुर्मामेदि वादात् पुरः प्रागृह्णाः समरोपयः किल Samakrankshiravangshirapi.
Sorry, Jyoti, that's last word is sama. That this ing is only coming in the second half for sama krakshir abhangshirapi.
Krakshiravangshirapi, right?
Yeah,
Krakshiravangshirapi, right? Yeah.
correct.
Okay. Sragbhirbhushidamarchidam varadhanurmamedi vadat puraha pragranna samaropayah kila samakrakshirabhangshirapi. Krakshirabhangshirapi, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So one quick
Sorry,
clarification.
mute layer kila Mataji. Yeah.
Samakra. So I have a bindu even for the first krankshir, abhangshirapi. So I have bindu on both sides.
Oh, is it? I don't have it, and nobody's told me before either, so I don't know why it is there. But I think the book has sama krakshir. That's why the standard book has that when I check, like, so just change it. I don't know why it is there, but it actually means samakshir is to draw the bow, string the bow. Nabhangshir is to break the bow, but I don't know why the bindu is there in the first part. So,
Okay.
I too have it.
Amataji mute little, sorry.
ராஜேஷ் இந்த லாஸ்ட் வேர்ட்ல வந்து எனக்கு வந்து இங் ஷீர்னு வருது. அந்த இங் வரக்கூடாதா? கிராங் ஷீர்னு வருது. ஆனா இதுல வந்து பிரபதியில வந்து கிராக் ஷீர்னு போட்டிருக்கு. நீங்களும்
அதான் சமா
கிராக் ஷீர் தான். ஓகே.
கிராக்ஷீர் அபாங்ஷீர்.
அபாங்ஷீர். ஓகே. ஓகே. ஸ்ரக்பீர் பூஷிதம் அர்ச்சிதம் வரதனுர் மாமேதி வாதத் புரக प्रागृह्णा समरोपयः किल समाक्राक्षीर् अपाङ्क्षिरपि श्रक्भिर्भूषितम् अर्चितं वरदनुर्मामेदि वादत्पुरः प्रागृह्णा समरोपयः किल समाग्राक्षीर् अपाङ्क्षिरपि.
That's a 9. Shwahkam sakshapanotsavasya puratah prarambhatūryopamash chapadhvamsa mahadhvanistava vibho devanaromanchayate kamsasyapi cha vepatustaduditah कोदण्डखण्डद्वयी चण्डाभ्याहतरक्षिपूरुषरवैः उत्कूलितो भूत्वया. At 74, 75 is a little hard, Dasakam, relatively. For a long time we had easy Dasakam during Krishna Avataram, right? Anyway, so Shubha's question, right? Like this, the breaking was little bit to disrupt the main event that was happening, but also it is to give an indication to Kamsa, because Kamsa is called Krishna and Balarama there with the intention of killing them. So there, he's like the enemy. But the previous day, you go break the most powerful thing that your enemy has very casually. So that is an indication to the enemy of your strength, right? Like how strong you are, right? So all of this was like it says, it's like a drum beat that you're giving to Kamsa ahead of the day of what is to come the second day. So anyway, then the bow, the people who are taking care of the bow, they all come to fight Krishna and Balarama, but they both have half of the bows. So they take that, they beat all of those people out. Now, having witnessed all these things that Krishna and Balarama have done, the people of Madura are beginning to feel that these are definitely some demigods, who have come here. These are not some ordinary boys who have come from Brajabhumi, and these are all really, maybe some really powerful people who have come. And more importantly, what is this talks beautifully about what Kamsa is feeling, right? So Kamsa is really beginning to get terrified because, he's heard about Krishna before. Now Krishna is coming into his local territory and then beating up his own people and all of this. So that night, so now we are kind of coming to the evening, right? Evening time of the Trayodashi day, where Kamsa is not able to go to sleep. See, any thoughts we have during the day follows us into the night. Like we said, when you have good thoughts, you are happy because something great has happened, that follows through the night. But when you are worried or upset about something, especially if you're afraid of something, those thoughts really get intensified, right? So the thoughts you have about the same topic gets more intensified at night, which is what Kamsa is going through. He's not able to sleep that night. The whole night he keeps thinking about what is going to happen when he meets with Krishna the next day, right? And that is what is a step for him to get liberated, right? The same thing happened with Hiranyaksha. If you remember way back in Dasakam 12 and 13, where Hiranyaksha is desperately trying to go look after Narayana, saying, where is that person, right? And Hiranyakashipu also was constantly thinking about it. So those are the characteristics, right? Because Bhagavan is pure Sattva Guna, it doesn't matter how you interact with him or her, with Bhagavan, because you can interact with, and it captures later also, but I'll tell you can be hating, you can be angry, you can be upset, you can be friendly, you can be in love, you can be in lust. It doesn't matter, because the moment you touch Bhagavan, it all becomes purified. It's Sattva Guna, because the Bhagavan is beyond all gunas, right? So it doesn't matter how the approach is. So here Kamsa is non-stop thinking that night, and he's not able to go to sleep, right? That's what he's talking about, how he's constantly twisting and twirling and not falling asleep, and then he's thinking about it all night. So Shwaha is there, put the ih sound. Shwah Kamsa Kshapanotsavasya, they cannot break that word, Kshapanotsavasya Purataha, put a F, Puratah, Praramba Turyopama, and then put a plus. And the next line has a ish. You can move it to if you have a ish in the next line, you can move it to the end of the first line, so it's easy to say it. Turyopamash Chapa Dvamsa Maha Dhvanis Tava Vibho, then a comma. So the whole of the first line, and then after Vibho, comma, Devana Romanchayat. So all the devas are getting happy because they know what is going to happen next. Shwahkam Sakshapanotsavasya Puratah Praramba Turyopamaschapad Samahadhvanistava Vibho Devana Romanchayate.
It's a hard one. Shahkam Satchapanotsavasya Puradah Prarambha Turyopamaschapadhvam Samahadhvanistava Vibho Devanaro Manjayat. Shahkam Satchapanotsavasya Puradah Prarambha Turyopamaschapadhvam Samahadhvanistava Vibho Devanaro Manjayat.
I think some of the words, if it can be separated easily, then it's easier.
Yeah.
Okay. Shwaukam Ksapanotsavasya Purada Praramba Duryopamas Chabat Vamsamakaatvanistava Vibho Devana Romanchayat.
Romanchayat.
Romanchayat. Swahak அந்த இடத்துல எனக்கு ஈக்கு வர மாட்டேங்குது.
I'll just take it a notch down.
Swakam Sakshapanotsavasya Purada Praramba Duryopamas Chabat Vamsamakaatvanistava Vibho Devana Romanchayat.
Kamsasyapi cha Vepatus Taduditaha, comma, Kodanda Khanda Dwayi, put a plus, Chandabhyahata Rakshi Purusha Ravaihi. So the ru that is there, remove it, put a visarga, comma, Purusha Ravaihi, comma. Next word starts with the U. Utkulito Bhut Tvaya. Kamsasyapi cha Vepatustaduditaha Kodandakhandadvahi Chandabhyahata Rakshi Purusharavaihi Utkulito Bhutvaya.
Kamsasyapi cha Vepatustaduditaha Kodandakhandadvahi Kamsasyapi cha Vepatustaduditaha Kodandakhandadvahi Chandabhyahata Rakshi Purusharavaihi Utkulito Bhutvaya. कंसस्यापि च वेफदुस्तदुदितः कोदण्डखण्डद्वयी चण्डाभ्याहत रवैः उत्कूलितो भूत्वया
कंसस्यापि च वेपतुस्तदुत्थितः कोदण्डखण्डत्वयि चण्डाप्याहदरक्षि पुरुषरवैः उत्कूलितो भूत्वया कंसस्यापि च वेपतुस्तदुदितः कोदण्डखण्डत्वयि चण्डाप्याहदरक्षि पुरुषरवैः उत्कूलितो भूत्वया.
That's it. 10. शिष्टैर्दुष्टजनैश्च दृष्टमहिमा प्रीत्या च भीत्या ततः सम्पश्यन् पुरसम्पदं प्रविचरन् सायं गतो वाटिकां श्रीधाम्ना सह राधिकाभिरहजं खेदं वदन् प्रस्वपन् आनन्दन्नवतारकार्यघटनात् वातेश संरक्ष माम्. So with this, as Kamsa is constantly thinking about it, like I said, anytime you are so deeply affected or scared, that is the amount you think is more than somebody who's thinking with true bhakti, because this affects you completely different. So as Kamsa is struggling there or constantly in a good way, this is thinking about Krishna all night. So Krishna and everybody, they come back to their house. Sayam Gato Vatika means they come back to the place where they're actually staying. It's evening time. And then this is Krishna's friend Sri Damna. He has come before also once. He's the one who suggests, let's go to a different forest in one of the Dasakams. So Krishna, they are all the Gopa boys have, some of them have also come with Krishna. So Krishna, it says how Krishna, you spend the evening discussing about with Sri Damna about how you are missing Radhika, which is missing how you are missing Radha. You are having that conversation. With this Dasakam comes to an end. However, it says you, Krishna, are feeling happy because Anandam Avatara Karya Ghatanat. The purpose of your incarnation, although Krishna Avataram has multiple purposes of why Krishna's Avataram happened, one of the main thing was to get rid of Kamsa. So that incident is going to happen tomorrow morning. So thinking about that, you felt happy, Krishna, that it is coming to an end. Guru Arpa, please eradicate my ailments also. Shishtai.
ராஜேஷ் அந்த இதுக்கு வந்துட்டு துஷ்யந்த் ஸ்ரீதர் ஒரு எக்ஸ்பிளனேஷன் சொல்லியிருக்காரு. என்ன சொன்னார்னா, ராமரை விட கஷ்டம் கிருஷ்ணனுக்கு வந்தது. பிறந்ததுல இருந்து பேரண்ட்ஸ் கிடையாது, சின்னதுலயே thousands of வதம், எல்லாருமே சத்ரு அந்த மாதிரி. பட் he takes everything so lightly. He takes happiness to be the priority அப்படின்னு.
Correct. Because it doesn't matter, people compare it to Karna and say Karna went through a lot. So somebody compared that to say how much Krishna went through. But of course, Krishna is Bhagavan, so there's no comparison for that matter. Beyond all of that, right? He controls all of these things. But
he prioritizes happiness over everything.
Yeah, correct. Even in those situations, yeah. Shishtair dushta janaischa drishta mahima, प्रीत्या च भीत्या ततः सम्पश्यन् पुरर् सम्पदं प्रविचरन्, सायं गतो वाटिकाम्. शिष्टैर्दुष्टजनैश्च दृष्टमहिमा प्रीत्या च भीत्या ततः सम्पश्यन् पुरसम्पदं प्रविचरन् सायं गतो वाटिकाम्.
शिष्टैर्दुष्टजनैश्च दृष्टमहिमा प्रीत्या च भीत्या ततः सम्पश्यन् पुरसम्पदं प्रविचरन् सायं गतो वाटिकाम्. शिष्टैर्दुष्टजनैश्च दृष्टमहिमा प्रीत्या च भीत्या ततः सम्पश्यन् पुरसम्पदं प्रविचरन् सायं गतो वाटिकाम्.
शिष्टैर्दुष्टजनैश्च दृष्टमहिमा प्रीत्या च भीत्या ततः सम्पश्यन् पुरसम्पदं प्रविचरन् सायं गतो वाटिकां शिष्टैर्दुष्टजनैश्च दृष्टमहिमां प्रीत्या च भीत्या ददः सम्पश्यन् पुरसम्पदं प्रविचरन् सायं गतो वाटिकाम्.
श्रीधाम्ना सह राधिका विरहजं खेदं वदन् praswapan. Put the in at the end of that line, comma, praswapan, comma. Next line, if you have a double na, if you have it, it becomes a anandan avatara. You might have a double na there also, which you can say it together. It will all get mixed. So anandan avatara karya ghatanat. So that if you have a id, you can put a comma after that, but it takes a sound of it when you put a comma. So ghatanat, comma, vatesha samrakshamam. Shridhamna saharadhika virahajam khedam vadan praswapanne anandan avatara karya ghatanat vatesha samrakshamam.
श्रीदाम्ना सह राधिका विरहजं खेदं वदन् प्रस्वपन्न आनन्दन्नवतार्य कार्यघटनात् वादेश संरक्ष माम्.
Last line. Anandanavatar. There's no ya sound there.
Avatara karya ghadanaat. Okay. Sridamna saharadhika virahajam khedam vadan praswapanna anandannavatara karya ghadanaat vadesha samrakshamam. Shri Krishna Evarapramani.
श्रीदाम्ना सगराधिका विरगजं खेदं वदन् प्रस्वपन् आनन्दन्नवतारकार्यघटनात् वादेश संरक्ष माम्. श्रीदाम्ना सगराधिका विरगजं खेदं वदन् प्रस्वपन् आनन्दन्नवतारकार्यघटनात् वादेश संरक्ष माम्. श्रीकृष्णाय परब्रह्मणे नमः.
Continue Dasakam 75. Kamsa Vada Varnanam. Stanza 1. Prata Santrasta Bhojakshitipati Vachasa Prastute Mallaturye Sanghe Rajñam Cha Mancha Nabiyayushi Gate Nanda Gope Piharmyam Kamse Saudhadi Rudhe Tomapi Sahabala Sanugascharu Vesho Rangadwaram Gato Bhuhu Kupita Kubalaya Pidanagavalidham. So that night gets over, right? The Kamsa is constantly thinking, twisting and turning in his bed, all thinking about it. And finally, the morning Kamsa wakes up. So he's waking up absolutely terrified because he knows today is the day, right? Either he's going to die or he's going to get rid of Krishna and Balarama. So he wakes up and the first thing he does is he gets everything ready because a big wrestling match is going to be happening today, right? So he then tells all the orders, everything is done. The morning Kamsa they're all going to the big arena, right? Where all of this is happening. All the kings have come from different places. The people in the city have all come to witness all the fights. And Nanda Gopa is there. Yes, the Devaki is there. Vasudeva is there. All of them are sitting in the arena right there. So finally, Krishna and the boys, they're all coming casually in the morning. They're about to enter that arena. So if you remember last time, earlier 2 weeks back, we had spoken about how Kamsa had told that one of the Mahut, the elephant person, to have an elephant called Kuvalaya Pida, which is a very mighty elephant. That was all his plans. Chanura and Mushtika are there. Then before that, Kuvalaya Pida is going to be there. And then he sent all these people to kill. Anyway, so this Kuvalaya Pida elephant is there, which is blocking the entrance when Krishna and Balarama and all of these boys are coming right now. So Prataha, put a is, Pratas, Santrasta, Bhoja, Kshitipati, Vachasa, Prastute Mallaturye, Sanghe Rajñam cha manchan abhiyayushi. If you can break it that na if you want. Manchan abhiyayushi, comma. Gate nanda gopepi harmyam. Pratah santrasta bhoja kshitipati vachasa prastute mallaturhye sanghe rajñam cha manchan abhiyayushi gate nanda gopepi harmyam.
प्रातः सन्द्रस्तभोजक्षितिपतिवचसा प्रस्तुते मल्लतूर्ये सङ्खे राज्ञां च मञ्चानभिययुषि गदे नन्दगोपेऽभिहर्म्यम् प्रातः सन्द्रस्तभोजक्षितिपतिवचसा प्रस्तुते मल्लतूर्ये सङ्खे राज्ञां च मञ्चानभिययुषि गदे नन्दगोपेऽभिहर्म्यम्
प्रादाश्चन्द्रस्तभोजक्षितिपतिवचसा प्रस्तुते मल्लदूर्ये शङ्के राज्ञां च मञ्चानभिययुषि कदे नन्दगोपेऽभिहर्म्यम्.
The first word, very first word, pratas. I think I heard you say an extra the pratas.
प्रातश्चन्द्रस्तभोजक्षितिपतिवचसा प्रस्तुते मल्लदूर्ये शङ्के राज्ञां च मञ्चानभिययुषि कदे नन्दगोपेऽभिहर्म्यम्.
Kamse saudhadi rudhe, comma, twamapi sahabalaha. Put is sahabalas sanugash charuvesho, comma, rangadwaram gato bhuhu, comma, kupita kuvalayapida naga validham. So this one of them comes up, he's situated because he's the king. He seated himself on an elevated like a balcony, right? Everybody sitting in the various places. Kamsa has a special place in the balcony from where he can observe all these things happening. Kamse saudhadi rudhe twamapi sahabalas sanugascharuvesho rangadwaram gato bhuhu kupita kubalaya pidanaga validham.
कंसे सौधाधिरूढे त्वमपि सहबलः सानुगश्चारुवेषो रङ्गद्वारं गतो भूः कुपितकुवलया पीडनागावलीढम् कंसे सौधाधिरूढे त्वमपि सहबलः सानुगश्चारुवेषो रङ्गद्वारं गतो भूः कुपितकुवलया पीडनागावलीढम्
कंसे सौदाधिरूढे त्वमपि सकबलस् सानुगश्चारुवेषो रङ्गद्वारं कतो भूः कुपितकुवलाय पीडनागावलीढम्.
Last word. Kupita kuvalaya pida.
Kupita kuvalaya pida.
Yeah.
Kamse saudadi-rude tvamapapi sakapala sanugascharuvesho rangadwaram kato bhuhu kupita kuvalaya pida nagavalidam.
And the word, you are adding an extra in one of those places. It's kuvalaya pida.
Kuvalaya pida nagavalidam.
ராஜேஷ் ஜி இங்க வந்து ரங்கத்வாரம் கதோ பூ போட வேண்டாமா அங்க போட்டா தப்பு இல்லையா?
அது விசர்க வருது.
We are stopping there, right? We are putting a comma there, so we'll say the visarga. If we had not stopped, you would have put a sound there.
So if I say ரங்கத்வாரம் கதோ பூ குபித குவலையா அப்படி சொல்ல முடியாதா?
You can say it. There's nothing wrong in saying that. But if you are not able to say the whole line, you will end up pausing somewhere else, which is not right. So we are just pausing here at that appropriate place. We are putting a comma there. Okay. All right. We'll continue. Switch. So Lalita, you can be a student, and Krishnanji, you can be a student. Stanza 2. पापिष्टापेहि मार्गात् द्रुतमिति वचसा निष्ठुरक्रुद्धबुद्धेः अम्बष्टस्य प्रणोदादधिकजवजुषा हस्तिना गृह्यमानः केल्हीमुक्तोत गोपीकुचकलशचिरस्पर्धिनं कुम्भमस्य व्याहत्यालीयतास्त्वं चरणभुवि पुनर्निर्गतो वल्गुहासी. So this the boys want to enter, right? For 11, Krishna is 11 years old at this time. So all those boys are all trying to enter, but this elephant seems to be blocking. They can see that the elephant is blocking. So they tell this Mahut, saying that move your elephant out of the way because we want to enter into the arena. But of course, that guy doesn't. So what he does is, in India, I mean, they try to poke, either the elephant or the bull to get it more excited and angry so it will come to attack you. That's what that Mahut does. He pokes that elephant, so the elephant will start running towards these boys. So that's what happens. The elephant actually starts running towards Krishna, trying to, and it's a massive elephant. That's why Kamsa specifically put that elephant there. So it starts running towards Krishna. So first it talks, now there's going to be a, what do you call, not a battle, but a fight that's going to happen between Krishna and this Kuvalaya Pida. So first he jumps and hits it on the face, the face, the where that we put that covering, right, the gold covering, because that is a bulging portion of the elephant. So first Krishna goes and gives it a blow there, and then what he does is he goes and hides under, right, and then he goes hides under the legs of the elephant and he's playing around with it. It's going to go for one more stanza, but the fight is starting between Krishna and Kuvalaya Pida. Papishta pehi margat drutamiti vachasa, nishthura krudha buddhehe, put a visargan comma, buddhehe, comma. Next, if we have rambashtasya, that becomes ambashtasya. Ra becomes a. Ambashtasya pranodat adhika. So I'm just breaking at the da if you want. So it becomes pranodat adhika javajusha, comma, hastina grihyamanaha. पापिष्ठापेहि मार्गात् द्रुतमिति वचसा निष्ठुरक्रुद्धबुद्धेः अम्बष्टस्य प्रणोदादधिकजवजुषा हस्तिना गृह्यमानः.
पापिष्टापेहि मार्गात् धृतमिति वचसा निष्ठुरक्रुद्धबुद्धेः अम्बष्टस्य प्रणोदात् अधिगजवचुषा हस्तिना गृह्यमानः. पापिष्ठापेहि मार्गात् धृतमिति वचसा निष्ठुरगृद्धबुद्धेः अम्बष्टस्य प्रणोदात् अधिगजवचुषा हस्तिना गृह्यमाणः.
पापिष्टापेहि मार्गात् द्रुतमिति वचसा निष्ठुरक्रुद्धबुद्धेः अम्बष्टस्य प्रणोदात् अधिगजवजुषा हस्तिना गृह्यमाणः.
The first line, Krishnanji, the comma is after vachasa in the first line.
Vachasa. पापिष्टापेहि मार्गात् द्रुतमिति वचसा निष्ठुरक्रुद्धबुद्धेः अम्बिष्टस्य प्रणोदात् अधिगजवजुषा हस्तिना गृह्यमाणः.
Keli muktota, then a comma, gopi kucha kalasha shira spardhinam kumbhamasya, comma, vyahatyaliyathas, that word cannot break it. So vyahatyaliyathastvam charana bhuvi, comma, punar nirgato valguhasi. So again, you then come out of it smiling, coming out of the leg, between the legs of the elephant. Kelhi muktota gopi kuchakalasha chiraspardhinam kumbhamasya vyahatyaliyathastvam charana bhuvi punar nirgato valguhasi.
केली मुक्तोत गोपी कुचकलशशिरस्पर्धिनम्
Lalita, unga voice.
व्याहत्यालीयदास्त्वं Hello?
So Lalita, unga voice is breaking up. Maybe you can try turning the video off and see.
Okay. केली मुक्तोत गोपी कुचकलशशिरस्फर्धिनं कुम्भमस्य व्याहत्यालीयथास्त्वं चरणभुवि पुनर्निर्गतो वल्गुहासि
Third line, Kedi Muktota and then comma, okay?
केली मुक्तोत कामा oh okay केली मुक्तोत गोपी कुचकलशशिरस्फर्धिनं कुम्भमस्य व्याहत्यालीयथास्त्वं शरणभुवि पुनर्निर्गतो वल्गुहासि
केलीमुक्तोऽध गोपीकुचकलशचिरस्पर्धिदं कुम्भमस्य व्याहत्यालीयधास्त्वं चरणभुवि पुनर्निर्गतो वल्गुहासि.
The fourth line, Krishnanji, the after Charana Bhuvi, the pause. Charana Bhuvi, then Punarnirgat.
केलीमुक्तोऽध गोपीकुचकलशचिरस्पर्धिदं कुम्भमस्य व्याहित्यालीयाधदास्त्वं चरणभुवि पुनर्निर्गतो वल्गुहासि.
That's a three. Hasta prapyopyagamhyo jhatiti munijanasyev dhavan gajendram क्रीडन्नापात्य भूमौ पुनरभिपततस्तस्य दन्तं सजीवं मूलादुन्मूल्य तन्मूलकमहितमहामौक्तिकान्यात्ममित्रे प्राधास्त्वं हारमेभिर्ललितविरचितं राधिकायै दिशेति. So the fight is continuing between Krishna and the Kuvalaya Pida, right? So because when Krishna goes under the feet, under the body of the elephant, because the elephant is massive and Krishna is small in size, so he's able to slide underneath. So the elephant is not able to see him. But with the smell, it is because it moves with its trunk, right? It has to go figure out where he is. So with that, the elephant tries to grab Krishna. So again, Bhattatripan, being a poet, says that, just like how the great sages, when they meditate, you imagine the form of the Lord, you meditate for a long time, suddenly the form disappears from your mind and then your mind starts wandering. Similarly, this elephant is able to come in grasp with Krishna, but then is able to miss him. So this keeps going on. Krishna is playing around with it for a while. And finally, when the time comes, then Krishna is, because the elephant has to be gotten rid of, because Chanura, Mushtika are all waiting. So he finally he drags the elephant away because of his strength. And then Krishna then gets rid of the elephant. And here it talks about how behind the tusks of the elephants are pearls. I don't know about it. Okay, maybe if any of you know, you can comment. But it talks about how there are pearls which are there. So with that, Krishna is indicating to his friend about, the pearls and what he wants to give it to Radhika. So that's what is mentioned here, but I don't know about the details of that. But anyway, Kuvalaya Pida is taken care of. That's the key gist of this. Hasta prapyopya gamyo, jhatiti munijanas yeva dhavan gajendram, क्रीडन् नापात्य भूमौ, पुनरभिपततस्स्य दन्तं सजीवम्. हस्तप्राप्योऽप्यगम्यो झटिति मुनिजनस्येव धावन् गजेन्द्रम् क्रीडन्नापात्य भूमौ पुनरभिपततस्तस्य दन्तं सजीवम्.
हस्तप्राप्योऽप्यगम्यो झटिति मुनिजनस्येव धावन् गजेन्द्रम् क्रीडन्नापात्य भूमौ पुनरपि पततस्तस्य दन्तं सजीवम्. हस्तप्राप्योऽप्यगम्यो झटिति मुनिजनस्येव धावन् गजेन्द्रम् क्रीडन्नापात्य भूमौ पुनरपि पततस्तस्य दन्तं सजीवम्.
ராஜேஷ், அந்த செகண்ட் லைன்ல கிரீடன்னா பட்டியவா இல்ல பாட்டியவா? பட்டியன்னு இருக்கு
பாத்திய
புக்ல.
क्रीडन्नापात्य. Awesome.
Thank you.
हस्तप्राप्योऽप्यगम्यो झटिति मुनिजनस्येव धावन् गजेन्द्रम् क्रीडन् आपत्य भूमौ पुनरभिपततस्तस्य दन्धं सजीवम् हस्तप्राप्योऽप्यगम्यो झटिति मुनिजनस्येव धावन् गजेन्द्रम् क्रीडन्नापत्य भूमौ पुनरभिपततस्तस्य दन्धं सजीवम्.
Krishna, that the second line, first word, Kridanapatya bhumau.
क्रीडन् आपात्य भूमौ.
Moolad unmulya, comma. So we're going to pause there, and then the whole next line is going to go together. Tanmoolaga mahita maha mauktikan yatma mitre, and then put a plus, and then pradastvam, and then put a comma. So moolad unmulya, comma, the whole third line, and then pradastvam, comma, third line, put a join there. Haramebhir lalita virachitam radhikayai disheti. Moolhadunmulya tanmoolagamahitam mahamauktikaanyatmametre pradhastvam haramebhir lalita virachitam radhikayai disheti.
मूलादुन्मूल्य तन्मूलगमहितमहामौक्तिकान्यात्ममित्रे प्रादास्त्वं हारमेभिर्ललितविरचितं राधिकायै दिशेति. रागं पेड्ते எனக்கு சாரி.
Okay. And the pradhastvam mauktikanyatmametre pradhastvam haramebhir lalita virachitam radhikayai disheti.
Okay. मूलादुन्मूल्य तन्मूलगमहितमहा मौक्तिकान्यात्ममित्रे प्रादास्त्वं हारमेभिर्ललितविरचितं राधिकायै दिशेति.
मूलादुन्मूल्य तन्मूलग महितमहामौक्तिकान्यात्ममित्रे पादास्त्वं हारमेभिर्ललितविरचितं राधिकायै दिशेति. मूलादुन्मूल्य तन्मूलग महितमहामौक्तिकान्यात्ममित्रे पादास्त्वं हारमेभिर्ललितविरचितं राधिकायै दिशेति.
Stanza 4. Grihnanam dantamhamse yutamathalina rangamangha vishantam tvam mangalyanga bhangi rabasahritamano lochana viksha lokaha hamho dhanyo hinandho nahi nahi pashupalanganaha no yashodha no dhanyekshana smastri jagati Vayame veti sarve shashamsuhu. So the two boys, it's a very beautiful stanza. So the two boys, having defeated Kuvalayapida, now enter the arena, the main arena. So all these people have been sitting there inside the arena, right? It's like a wrestling arena. So everybody is seeing there, and then it talks beautifully about how all these different people who are sitting inside the arena are perceiving the same Krishna in different ways. The wrestlers, Chanura, Mushtika, and the wrestling gang who is there, for them, Krishna is like a thunderbolt. He's like a Vajra because he just literally got rid of Kuvalayapida. They know all the things he did with the bow. So for them, for him, he's like a terror. The people of Mathura, the men of Mathura, they think of, if somebody is a strong man, this is how a strong man needs to be, right? Looking at him as a very strong, muscular man. The women of Mathura, they are all in love with Krishna. They already were in love when you saw him the previous day. So they're getting more attached to Krishna. The people of Vrajabhumi who are there from Vrindavan, for them, it's still Krishna, right? It is still the boy who they have seen him grow up all the time. The Kamsa has a completely different feeling. He's afraid because he knows he's going to be the next person Krishna is going to come down to. Then Nandagopa and Devaki Vasudeva are there. They look at Krishna as their child. So with this, each of them look at Krishna in different ways, right? As Krishna is entering into it, because he has different relations with everybody. So with that, the people are all discussing, saying, what, such a blessed boy, right? So who is lucky here? Some people are saying, Nandagopa is very lucky, to have gotten such a great son like Krishna. People are saying, no, not Nandagopa. His mother is lucky. Yashoda is the luckiest person, because she's the one, because they think Yashoda gave birth to Krishna, right? So she's given birth to Krishna, she's the one who's breastfed him. She's the most lucky. People are like, no, no, no. While Yashoda and Nanda had that, Krishna spent his time with the Gopikas the most, right? So the Gopikas and the people of Brajabhumi are the most lucky. So with this, they are all comparing. So hum ho dhanyo hi nando, nahi nahi, no, no, Pashupananganaha, the Gopas and the Gopikas, no, Yashoda. Now some people are saying Yashoda. So then people are saying, no, no, the people who are dhanya are the people of three jagati. The people of the three worlds are blessed, because they are then able to interact with Krishna and they're able to see Krishna. So it's not just Yashoda and Singh. Krishna is universal for everybody. Everybody is lucky who is able to see him and talk about him. So with this, everybody is discussing, who's the luckiest person among them. Grinnanam dantamamse, comma, yutamata halina rangam anga vishantam. You can break at that ma, it will be easy. Rangam anga vishantam, comma. So after danta mamse, comma after the last line. Second line, there is no comma. The line goes continuously. Twam mangalyanga bhangi rabhasa frita mano lochana vikshya lokaha. Second is continuous there. Grinnanam dantamamse yutamata halina rangamanga vishantam Twam mangalyanga bhangi rabasahita mano lochana vikshya lokaha.
Grinhanam Andamamse Yuthamata Halina Rangamanga Vishantam Twam Mangalyanga Bhangi Rabhasa Hritamano Lochana Vikshya Lokaha Grinhanam Dantamamse Yutamatha Halina Rangamanga Vishantam Twam Mangalyanga Bhangi Rabhasa Hritamano Lochana Vikshya Lokaha.
That's in the first line, danta mamse and then comma. Okay, first line.
Okay. Grinhanam dantamamse.
Yeah.
Grinhnanam dandamamse yutamadahalinarangam angavishantam Twam mangalyangagam bhangirabhasa hridamanolochana vikshya lokaha. Grinhanam dandamamse yuthamathamahalinarangam angavishantam Twam mangalyangabhangirabhasa hridamanolochana vikshya lokaha.
Hum ho dhanyo hi nando, comma, nahi nahi pashupalanganaha. We're going to add a visarga because we're going to put a comma there to say that each of that we're going to break it. So you know who is saying what. Nahi nahi pashupalanganaha, comma, no Yashoda, comma, no dhanyekshanaha, put a is dhanyekshanas smas trijagati, comma, vayame veti sarve shashamsuhu. Hum ho dhanyo hi nando, nahi nahi pashupalanganaha, no Yashoda, no dhanyekshana smastri jagati, vayame veti sarve shashamsuhu.
அங்க எனக்கு வந்து தன்யோ நு நந்தோன்னு இருக்கு அந்த இதுல பிரபத்தியில.
Dhanyo nu nand. Oh, okay. Change it. It means the same thing, but for consistency, you can change it to dhanyo hi nando.
Okay. Hum ho dhanyo hi nando nahi nahi pashupa langanaha yo no yashoda no dhanyekshana smas त्रिजगति वयमेवेति सर्वे शशंसुः.
The Trijagati, fourth line la adukapram there's a comma.
Oh, त्रिजगति. Okay. हम हो धन्यो हि नंदो नहि नहि पशुपालांगनाः नो यशोदा नो 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 धन्येक्षणास्मस्त्रिति वयमेवेति सर्वे शशंसुः.
खं हो धन्यो नुनन्तो नहि नहि पशुपालाङ्गनाः नो यशोदा नो नो धन्येक्षणाः समसु त्रिजगति वयमे वेदि सर्वे शशंसुः.
The third line, Krishnaji, Danyo, if you have Danyo nu Nando, change it to Danyo hi Nando, just for consistency.
Okay,
Danyo hi Nando. And then the fourth line, it's Smas Trijagati.
Smas Trijagati. Okay. Kham ho danyo hi nanto nahi nahi pashupala palankanaha no yashoda no no dhanyekshana smas trijagati vayame vedi sarve shashamsuhu.
That's a fine. Purnam Brahmaiva Sakshat Niravadi Paramananda Sandra Prakasham Gopeshu Tvam Vyalasihi Nakhalu Bahujanai Stavada Vedito Bhuhu Drishtva Tatvam Tadhedham Pratamamupagate Punyakale Janoghaha Purnanandha Vipapa Sarasamabhijaguhu Tvatkritani Smritani. Building on that last line of saying that Trijagati, it says the people who have come, the moment you see Krishna, you will get a state of bliss, you'll get a happiness state, right? So nobody here knows that Krishna, you are Purnam Brahmaiva Sakshat. You are the entire Brahman who has just taken an incarnation in this form. Nobody knows that, right? But they all thought each one has a different, imagination of who you are or a different interpretation of who you are. But everybody who is there is Punya Kale Janogaha. They are all blessed. Their good times for all of them because they are at least able to come and see you there, right? And they're able to see you and witness you there. And then they all discuss about, that look at what these boys have accomplished, right? When he was small, Putana came, and then, all these, the Malla, the Shankachuda demon came, Keshi, Dhenuka, then the Yamalarjuna trees, he saved the cows and the cowherds, all of them from the forest fire. Then from the rains, he lifted the Govardhana mountain. He says definitely he's some demigod, right? He cannot be a normal human. He should be some kind of a demigod. And then with all of this, everybody is just feeling happy and bliss looking there. But if I saying it's all because they all narrated your activities. They're all talking about you, right? Talking about you, remembering all the things you did. And all of that is good, right? All of that is good deeds, right? It's punya khalam for all of them. That they're able to see you and also talk about you all the time. Purnam Brahmaiva Sakshat. So that na, the first na that you have there, we're going to put a it and a comma, Sakshat, comma, Niravadhi Paramananda Sandra Prakasham, comma, Gopeshu Tvam Vyalasihi, put a Visargan, comma, Vyalasihi. Next on that na, there is a ir, if you have it, that goes away. Na Khalu Bahujanais Tavadavedito bhuhu. Cannot break that word. That's one long word. Purnam Brahmaiva Sakshat Niravadi Paramananda Sandra Prakasham Gopeshu Tvam Vyalasihi Nakhalu Bahujanai Stavadavedito bhuhu.
Purnam Brahmaiva Sakshat Niravadhi Paramananda Prakasham Gopeshu Tvam Vyalasihi Nakhalu Bahujanaistavada Vedito Bhuhu. Purnam Brahmaiva Sakshat निरवधि परमानन्द सान्द्र प्रकाशं गोपेषु त्वं व्यलासीः न खलु बहुजनैस्तावदा वेदितो भूः
पूर्णं ब्रह्मैव साक्षात् निरवधि परमानन्दसान्द्रप्रकाशम् गोपेष्वत्वं व्यलासिः न खलु बहुजनैस्तावदा वेतितो भूः पूर्णं ब्रह्मैव साक्षात् निरवधि परमानन्दसान्द्रप्रकाशम् गोपेष्वत्वं व्यलासिः न खलु बहुजनैस्तावदा वेतितो भूः.
That second line, that Byalasi, just a long E. So you can just stretch it a little bit more. So Gopeshu Tvam Byalasihi.
Gopeshu Tvam Vyalasihi.
Yeah. Drishtvat Tvam Tadedam, comma. Pratamam Upagate Punyakale Janaughaha, comma. Purna Nanda Vipapaha, put a is to join, Vipapas, Sarasamabhijaguhu, that is goes away, Visarga, comma, Sarasamabhijaguhu, Tvat Kritani Smritani, Drishtva Tatvam Tadedam, Pratamam Upagate, Punyakale Janaughaha, Purna Nanda Vipapa, Sarasamabhijaguhu, Tvat Kritani Smritani.
दृष्ट्वा तत्त्वां तदेतं प्रथममुपगते पुण्यकाले जनौघाः पूर्णानन्दा विपापा सरसमभिजगुः त्वत्कृतानि स्मृतानि दृष्ट्वा तत्त्वां तदेदं प्रथममुपगते पुण्यकाले जनौघाः पूर्णानन्दा विपापा सरसमभिजगुः त्वत्कृतानि स्मृतानि
दृष्ट्वा त्वां तदेदं प्रथममुपगते पुण्यकाले जनौघाः पूर्णानन्दविपापास् सरसमभिजगुः तुत्कृतानि स्मृतानि दृष्ट्वा त्वां तदेदं प्रथममुपगते पुण्यकाले जनौघा पूर्णानन्ता विपापास् सरसमभिजगुः तुत्कृतानि स्मृतानि.
Third line, first word, Drishtvat.
Drishtvat.
Yeah. We will do one more today. Chanuro Mallabhirastadanu Nripagirha Mushtiko Mushtishahi Tvam Ramam Chabhipede Jhata Jhatiti Mito Mushtipatati Ruksham Utpata Patana Karshana Bibidharanan Yasatam Tatra Chitram Mrityo Prageva Malla Prabhuragamadayam Bhurisho Bandhamokshan. So now next, the Kamsa is ordering, okay, Kuliapida has gone. The next line of defense is Chanura and Mushtika, right? The wrestlers that are there. So the Kamsa tells them, okay, you go fight with these two of them. So Chanura comes and says, that you all, you both of you are very strong, right? That's why the king has called you here. But he also kind of insults them, says, I know you all are cowherds. You all boys all wrestle with each other in the grasslands of Vrindavan, and you all might have been used to wrestling. So, but let's do, it's okay. King has ordered us to fight with you. So we'll fight with you. That's what Chanura says. So, but Krishna says, although, we have to follow what the king says, but he says you have to be justified, right? We are like 11-year-old boys, and you all are massive wrestlers. He says, how can we come and wrestle with you? It's not a fair match, right? That's what Krishna says. For that, Chanura then replies back with the example. He says, you literally dragged Kuvalaya Pida. We all saw how strong you are. So they are also a little worried of what's going to happen. But they have to fight because that's what Kamsa has ordered, right? So with that, the battle actually starts. So Krishna is paired off with Chanura and Balarama is paired off with Mushtika. And then they both start fighting. And here Bhattabhat very beautifully in his poetic language says that for liberation to obtain, you have to not get bound by anything. You have to free yourself from all bondage. But Chanura, when he's alive, he's bonding with Krishna. So he's getting attached to stuff. And because of that, he's getting liberated. Because in wrestling, you have to hug each other and you have to, like hold each other's hands and you lock your legs and all of that stuff. Saying even before his death, Chanura is getting liberated because he's getting the opportunity to hug Krishna and then wrestle with Krishna, which itself is a big blessing for him. Chanuro Mallaviras Tadanu Nripagira, Mushtiko Mushtishali, Twam Ramam Chabhipede, Jhata Jhaditi Mito Mushti Patati Ruksham. Chanuro Mallavirastadanu Nripagira, Mushtiko Muštishali, Tvam Ramam Chabhipede, Jhata Jhatiti Mito Mushti Patati Ruksham.
Chanuro Mallaviras Tadanunupagirā Mushtiko Muštishāli Tvam Ramanchābhipede Jhata Jhatiti Mitho Mushtipātāti Ruksham.
The first line and then Nripagira and then comma.
Nripagira, okay. Chanuro Mallaviras Tadanunupagirā Mushtiko Muštishāli Tvam Ramanchābhipede Jata Jhatiti Mitho Mushtipātāti Ruksham.
Chanuro Mallaviras Tadanu Nrupagira Mushtiko Mushtishali Tvam Ramam Chabhipede Chadati Chadati Midho Mushtipatadi Ruksham.
Second line, first word, Twam.
Twam. Chanuro Mallaviras Tadanu Nrupagira Mushtiko Mushtishali Tvam Ramam Chabhipede Chadati Chadati Mido Mushtipatati Ruksham.
Second line, Krishnanji, it's Jhata Jhatiti.
Jhata Jhatiti.
Yeah. Utpata Patana Karshana. That's one long word, cannot break it. Utpata Patana Karshana Vividha Ranan Yasatam. That's also one long word. Tatra Chitram. So that line you cannot break it. So the entire line is continuous, comma at the very end. Mrityoho, put a F. Mrityof Prageva Malla Prabhuragamadayam, comma. Bhurisho Bandha Mokshan. Utpata Patana Karshana Vividharanan Yasatam Tatra Chitram. Mrityof Pragheva Malla Prabhuragamadayam Bhurisho Bandha Mokshan.
Utpata Patana Karshana Vividharanan Yasatam Tatra Chittam Mrityof Prageva Malla Prabhuragamadayam Bhurisho Bandha Mokshan. Utpata Patana Karshana Vividharanan Yasatam Tatra Chitram Mrityof Prageva Malla Prabhuragamadayam Bhurisho Bandha Mokshan.
Utpada Padanagarshana Vividharananyasadam Tatra Chitram Mrityo Pageva Malla Prabhuragadamayam Bhurisho Bandha Mokshan.
A fourth line, Gamadayam. Prabhuragamadayam.
Prabhuragamadayam. Utpada Padanagarshana Vividharananyasadam Tatta Chitram Mrityo Pagave Malla Prabhuragamadayam Bhurisho Bandha Mokshan.
Yeah, and that again, that word, you are adding an extra ma somewhere. Prabhuragamadayam.
Prabhuragamadayam.
Yeah, that's correct. Shri Krishnaya Parabrahmane Namaha.
ராஜேஷி அந்த பேர்ஸ் வந்து என்ன சொல்றான்னா கமெண்ட்ரியில they are telling it is heavily adorned with ornaments, Kuvalaya Peda.
Okay.
So in that, the pearl necklace is what அது வந்து symbolical என்ன சொல்றானா when he gains victory, that the pearls is the purity that he brings in அப்படின்னு. So அந்த சாப்டரோட எக்ஸ்பிளனேஷன்ல அவர் என்ன சொல்றாருன்னா, அந்த அந்த வில்லு வந்து சிவதனுஷ் இல்லையா, பாணினி சம்திங், பினாக்கா.
இல்ல இந்த இது சிவதனுஷன் ரெஃபரன்ஸ் இல்லை, பட் இட் ஜஸ்ட் சேஸ் தனுஷ்.
அது கம்சனுக்கு சிவன் பினாக்கான்னு சொல்றான்.
பினாக்கி, பட் அது ஆமா ஓகே.
அது வந்து உடைக்கிறது வந்து இட் இஸ் த பிகினிங் ஆஃப் அந்த அதர்மத்தை உடைக்கிறதோட சிம்பிள். அதே மாதிரி இந்த பேர்ல் வந்து பியூரிட்டி, ஹி இஸ் பிரிங்கிங் பியூரிட்டி, அந்த அந்த இடத்துக்கு பியூரிட்டி கொண்டு வர மாதிரி. தட் இஸ் ஒன் எக்ஸ்பிளனேஷன். another explanation they are giving is, அவர் வந்து அந்த குவலய பீட அவரை அந்த ஆனைய கொன்னதுக்கு அப்புறம் he is adorning himself with all those jewels. அதுல உள்ள ஒரு பேர்லை, because he always carries Radha with him, so when he sees that beautiful one, he thinks about her.
Yeah, something like that, because when it says when he removes that the tusk is removed, there are pearls underneath அப்படிங்கறா. So somebody had given an explanation that there are pearls and pearls which are formed inside. Yeah, so which is what Krishna was saying, let's make a necklace out of this and give it to Radha அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. But anyway, Shri Krishnaya Parabrahmane Namaha. Sandhanandhavabodhatmakamanupamitam kaladeshavaribhyam nirmuktam nityamuktam nigamashatasahasrena nirbhasyamanam aspashtam drishtamatre punarurupurusharthatmakam brahmatattvam tattavadbhati sakshat gurupavanapure hanta bhagyam jananam कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, Rajesh ji.
Thank you everyone. Bye.
Thank you.